Hi guys, welcome back to Nixie DIY Crafts. Today I wanted to share a quick video on how I made the centerpieces for a school function. I started off by tracing one of these Dollar Tree hearts on insulation foam using a Sharpie marker. After that, I took my hot knife and I cut all of my shapes out. Then I went to painting. All of the large hearts I painted in this light pink using a sponge foam brush. I painted both sides of the heart using the same technique, a dabbing technique. I painted the little hearts 3 different colors, pink, light blue, and light purple. And these are the results. For the first centerpiece, I took a round foam brush and some red paint and I started to dab red circles on the heart. I tried my best to create a pattern. After the paint dried, I used a white and a metallic gold marker. In the red circles, I started to draw swirls. In between the circles, in the empty areas, I also drew some of the swirls just to fill in some of the gaps around the circles. I then took the metallic gold pen and I started to highlight the edges of the circle just on one side, just to highlight a little bit, just add a little touch of the metallic gold to my centerpiece. And these are the results. I did the same technique on both sides of the heart. For the first centerpiece, I took these purple vases that I've had for a very long time and I spray painted them white. So the first thing I did was I stuffed inside the vase a piece of foam. I added a skewer to the bottom of the heart and I insert the heart into the foam inside the vase. I insert a skewer into the little heart as well. And then I take some of this red shred and I add around the heart. I then take my small purple heart and I insert it in front of the big heart. And that completes my first centerpiece. Now to the second centerpiece, we're going to create pom-poms. So I need 2 pom-poms per centerpiece. To create the pom-poms, I have a total of 3 different mesh colors. I'm going to use 2 different colors per pom-pom. Your first step is you're going to take the mesh and cut about 10 inches. And then you're going to use either a book or, like I'm using here, a case to wrap my mesh around. I wrap it a total of 13 times. I then take the second color and I wrap it around on top the first color. Using both hands, I remove the mesh from the container and then I take that piece that I had originally cut and I wrap it around the center of my tul. I make a double knot, I flip it over and make another double knot. I then take a good pair of scissors, find the center of my fold and I start trimming. This centerpiece was inspired by conversation hearts, which I had to explain to my 10-year-old who didn't know what they were. And and the reason why I created these type of centerpieces was because it is a school function and after these events they really have nowhere to storage any of these centerpieces. So I wanted to create something simple enough, inexpensive, that still looked cute, but after the event they can go ahead and toss it out. After you're done trimming it, you are going to start giving this pom-pom a good trim. At first, it looks like a hot mess, so now we need to trim it to make it look like a full circle. And the only reason why you have to do so much trimming is because I did want this pom-pom to be a full pom-pom. So layering the tul on top of each other, it was just too much material on top of itself. So it just made it look like a hot mess, but it's okay. Once you start trimming it, then it turns into a full round ball and it looks super cute. You're then going to take a skewer and you're going to attach it on one side using some hot glue. The next step is I cut some words using my Cricut. I cut 2 different words, XOXO and thank you. The event that they're hosting at the school is a breakfast for first responders, and it happens to be on Valentine's Day. So here I'm just using some white glue to attach my letters. Because this is foam and it's painted with wall paint, when you are attaching it, I do recommend that you press those letters into the foam for them to secure in place. The other supplies you'll need to complete the centerpiece are transparency sheets, a 10-inch cake round, the pom-poms, some tinsel, and I printed out one of these sheets from the internet. It's just conversation hearts, and I sized it and printed it out on regular copier paper. The first thing I did was take the transparency sheet and I just made a cylinder out of it. I wanted it to look like one of those Dollar Tree round cylinder vases, and I used my hand stapler and I just stapled the top and I stapled the bottom. I overlapped the transparency sheet about 1/4 inch. I then took the conversation hearts and I sliced the edge to get rid of that white edge. And then I repeated the steps. I just rolled it up. I didn't staple this one. I just rolled it up and I inserted it right into my transparency sheet vase. And these are the results. So now, because this is completely hollow, I wanted to stuff the inside of my vase so it will hold my topper. So on some of them, I used that insert roll that I had left over from the tul making the pom-poms, and then on some I just used some styrofoam that I cut to size and I insert that right inside into my vase. I then take my 10-inch cake round and I use some hot glue and I add hot glue to the center of the cake round, and then I press down the styrofoam into the glue. I then add some hot glue to the corners of where the vase will sit, just to secure the vase in place, because I am transporting these from my house to the school. I didn't want them to move. Once that was completely dry, I started to add blobs of hot glue right to the cake base, and I started to add my tinsel. By the way, this tinsel was left over from my Christmas parade float, so I am repurposing this. I then designed some phrases so I can cut using my heart punch. I used 3 different colors, and now I'm attaching them with hot glue to the tinsel, again to make it look like conversation hearts. I then take another skewer and I'm going to insert it into the heart, but this time I want my heart to sit on my vase in a slanted position. So here you see that I added a little bit of hot glue to the bottom of the skewer and I insert it right into the styrofoam. I then take my pom-poms and repeat the steps, add some hot glue to the tip, and I insert it right into the foam. So I place 1 pom-pom in the front and 1 pom-pom in the back. And it was pretty much just to hide the fact that these are not glass vases, that they are clear film sheets. And that completes my second centerpiece. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Thanks for watching. Bye.